The sovereignty of God does not make God consult me to bread Apostle Mensah. She can't do that. He doesn't need to ask your permission to bless anybody. Number two, he doesn't consult people's past to determine their future. You judge people because of what you know about them. If God will consult people to determine their future, how does he send a murderous man to the same place he murdered somebody? Moses murdered somebody in Egypt. God sent him to go there and tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Where he went, he was on the wanted list of the national security for killing, because you are an adopted son. Now you grew up to try and stab us in our back that we made a mistake of, because you were supposed to die. We didn't kill you. We adopted you into the palace, and now you have turned back against us. But God didn't consult that. Everybody in the church was praying that Paul should die, but he was God's chosen vessel. That is why I told some of you at Porters that the ministry of a servant of God, whether it's an apostle, a prophet, or a teacher, or a pastor, the ministry of the man is more important than his mistakes. So don't crucify people who has a ministry when they make a mistake. So listen, it's not in the Bible, but I believe, I'm convinced about it, that if Judas Iscariot has asked forgiveness, Jesus will have forgiven him. He is the one who went to hang himself. Why do I know that? Because the two that came and attacked, Peter denied Jesus. But because of his ministry, Jesus did not cut him off. Who will have preached in the day of Pentecost? The three guys he drew closer to train were Peter, James, and John. They've killed James. They almost wanted to kill Peter. The church prayed there was an intervention. Now, if James is dead and Peter was supposed to preach, assuming Jesus crucified Peter, then John is the one that should preach. But John is not made for the day of Pentecost. It's not every meeting that every man of God can preach. If you put John in the day of Pentecost, you mess God's plan. John is after you have gone to the crusade and you brought the souls. Then John can come and say, beloved, let us love one another. But in the day of Pentecost, you don't go and stand and say, beloved. You can't say that at that time. You need a man that goes and say, hey, you that deny the Son of God, the kind of message that message, it will make them say, men and brethren, what do we do? I'm preaching.